Hey guys, how's everyone doing? So today I'm still a little sick, still feeling a little under the weather, but I have more time for videos, I guess, to make me feel better. First things first, 500 views on the review of the Cobra King. Thank you guys, that is ridiculous. With almost 10 likes, even if we didn't reach 10 likes, I want to thank you guys anyway because it's spectacular. I want to thank you, our 3 new subscribers that subscribed to my channel during the time that video was getting those views, so welcome and thank you. I hope you enjoy your stay here. But for another video, I thought I'd post another review, not to cash in or not to get more views, but because I really enjoyed doing the last one, and I thought that not enough people, or a lot of people, but some people may not be aware what the Tiger H1, the Panzerkampfwagen VI Tiger Ausf.E. That is the official name of the Tiger, and that is the tank I'll be reviewing today. I will have timestamps down below where you can if you want to skip the garage part of the review and head straight into a battle, to make this not a review video for yourselves, but maybe just a gameplay video. So I've done that for some people, because you know they know the Tiger, and maybe they just want to see a good battle in it, which I do have lined up. I have 2 great combined arms realistic battles lined up, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, with that said, let's get on to the video part. So the Tiger H1. Right now, there's a event going on, the Realistic Challenge Combined Arms, and I have been playing the crap out of that event, and I've been enjoying myself highly, because this tank right now faces off against IS-1s and KV-1s, T-34s, T-34-85s, and so on, and it is just bombarding them with that 88mm gun that it has on it. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously go over the armor values of the tank as normal. So here we go. Straight onto the tank, if you're shooting straight onto it, you're going to be attempting to pierce 118mm of effective thickness and 102mm of built thickness. If you're shooting right here, I don't suggest it, considering it is rounded like a MFer, coming in at 261 almost. If you're shooting like that, 267 of effective thickness. If you are going to shoot the weak points, I would suggest shooting the driver's hatch or the gunner's hatch, coming in at 103 and 103. Don't shoot that. You won't penetrate from front. And don't shoot anything here, because it is really well armored. The sides are well armored. So tips for people coming to Tigers up front: shoot for weak spots as well as the commander's cupola. I would shoot the commander's cupola. That would be my first choice to shoot. But the Tiger has a lot of weaknesses. It is one of the slowest turret rotations that I think I've played in a while. So it's very, very easy to get around it if you can come on from the right angle. And once you do get around it, its traverse speed, watch out for that, because that is slightly faster. So the tank can turn as well as turn its turret and get you there. But if you're a good player, have a good tank, you can get around the sides to where you can see 82mm of effective thickness. Now, you want to aim right here, this whole line, even if you get a little bit below, it's fine too, because you're gonna ammo rack the crap out of this tank. It is this whole line. If you can see right here, from there down, it kind of makes like a triangular shape almost. That's where you want to be hitting it, because you will ammo rack it like there's no tomorrow. If you do get around the back, that's even better, because then you can start an engine fire with the radiators or the fuel tanks, stop the tank from traversing, and then it's just all day long you can pierce this tank from the sides and the back. So that's how you kill a Tiger. Try to get around the sides and the back of it. If you don't already know, I'm sure you already did, now you do. So now that we're in the viewing mode of the inside tank, let's take a look at where everyone sits and where all the modules are. Obviously, you know the ammo racks are located on the sides where I showed you that triangular shape. The crew sits, driver sits in front of the optics, gunner sits in front of the machine gun port. We have the commander and the commander's cupola, as well as the loader on the left and driver on the right, depending on which way you're looking at it. Engine is obviously in the back, along with 2 fuel tanks and 2 radiators. And the transmission, you're probably not going to hit if you don't get there. If you don't hit it there, you're not going to hit the transmission, so it doesn't matter because this is very well armored. Alrighty then, let's head over to the statistics. So it's a 5.7 battle rating, so unless you're not playing this, you're going to be seeing some pretty heavily armored tanks. And unfortunately, I do not have a replay lined up for the heavily armored tanks, but I will show you on the testing grounds what this thing can actually do. So 5.7 battle rating, it has a reward of 130%, as well as a research point bonus of 60%. It is a very, very heavy tank, coming in at 57.3 tons. It has a horsepower of 650 at 3,000 RPM. Max speed is 45 kilometers an hour, although you're not going to reach that quite often because this thing accelerates like there's no tomorrow. It doesn't accelerate at all, actually. But once you do get at that speed, it's actually a good mover. It's actually 10 kilometers faster than the Cobra King, which is interesting. The maximum inclination for the gun, I believe that is, would be 41 degrees, and the turret rotation speed, look at that, 7.5 degrees a second, which is absolutely horrific. Vertical guidance, negative 16, dash 16, that's alright. Whole armor we went over. Everything else, this reloading time is really good. At least that's my reloading time. Let's show my crew. Tank loader, yep, he's got 20, so it's going to be even more if you don't have that 20. That's about it. So there's that. Let's take it over to the testing grounds. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to be plopping in a realistic battle. Now, realistic battle, it's basically the same thing as a simulator, if you guys don't know, except you can look at the outside of your tank. And I'm going to be loading both shells I have. I don't have this tank fully upgraded. As you can see, I'm still missing the high heat shell, so I'm still missing that. But we'll make do because the shell that it has right now is perfectly capable of penetrating anything that we come across on the battlefield today. Let's test drive it. Let's do this. So I will see you guys in 1 second. All right, guys. So here we are in the testing grounds of the map that we're always on. So let's take a look at this tank. Very, very good looking tank. I think it looks mean. I think it looks awesome. If you do not like this tank, I don't know what's wrong with you. This should be an identifiable factor for anyone. This a B-17, and I don't even know what else. If you don't know these two, you can't go give in your man card because you can't handle it. But let's continue. So obviously you're not going to be seeing these tanks on the battlefield too much, as they are one-shot kills pretty much. Very easy to kill them. I'm just going to take care of this target very quickly. There we are. Much better. That's what the Tiger can do to those little tanks if you do somehow get into a game with them, because I know it does happen sometimes. But this is what you see from the simulator view, for the guys that don't know. That's the difference. I can look at that in realistic battle, and I still have to adjust my aim manually. So here we go. We're starting to get into the tanks that you might be able to see in the battlefield. This is a T-34, obviously. So let's start from the front. How about that? Even from the front, this tank, very, very well armored. I'm talking about the Tiger. So I showed you in the armor view how armored it was, and if you angle it even more, which I completely forgot to show you, it is unpenetrable, except the commander's cupola. Watch out for that. Make sure if you can hide that thing behind a building or something that you do that. So here we go, front view. Let's try to penetrate somewhere where you don't think you're going to penetrate. So yeah, obviously they didn't penetrate. It was a very, very sloped angle. But if you do see this on the battlefield, you know to aim for obviously weak points like the driver's hatch right there. And we went straight through, lighting that tank on fire. I think it's actually dead. So that's all it takes to penetrate something like that. Now, here we move on to tanks that you actually might see in the battlefield. This is a T-44, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this might be something that you actually see on a battlefield. That might not necessarily be something, but this might. So we're going to take a look at that again. We're going to see if we can penetrate from the front, and then if we can't, try to get along the sides, because in a realistic battle anything can become sneaky if you have the skill to. So you might be able to get around the sides, even this fast tank. So here we are. I'm angled up against him, how I would be in a real battle, and I'm taking shots at him. So where I would aim is he's angled pretty well as well. I would try hitting the commander's cupola. I did. I killed his commander as well. You can see in the top right corner the battle replay where the shot came in. A good amount of reloading time later, and I'm looking for something else to aim at. He's angled really well. I'm going to try to aim under the turret. Unfortunately, I did not penetrate. So I move up, and just like in a real battle, I would try to get a good shot at him straight on. Maybe his armor can't block it. There's the driver's hatch. Here we go. There we are. So driver's hatch is the sweet spot on that tank. That's where you want to shoot it if you do run into something like that. KV-2, here we go. KV-2 is a tank I see a lot of, not only in the realistic battle, but also when I play simulators and arcade. I see this a lot, and not only in the event going on right now either. This tank you will see a lot of, so you really want to make sure that you know where you're hitting this tank, and make sure this tank cannot hit you, because that 152mm, I believe, is what it has on it, and that will do some serious damage regardless of if it penetrates or not, especially if he's using high explosive. So here we are. I'm angled up against him as much as I can, and I immediately try to go for the gun, take that thing out. I hit the gun, but he still has it available, so I immediately start reloading, and I'm going to go for the killing shot, trying to hit that ammo box in the back. There we go. Killed mostly everyone in the tank. He's having some serious trouble right now. I believe his loader, gunner, and driver are dead, I saw, and I'm going to hit him underneath just to sweeten the deal and set his tank on fire, killing him instantly. Now, that IS-3, I don't believe we'll be seeing much of him at all, because that is a tier 5 tank, but I will take a shot at him, and if it doesn't go through on the side, I will move on. Let me take a shot a little lower so we can actually see if I can demonstrate how to penetrate this. Okay, so that was a very flat angle. So good thing you won't be seeing much of that tank. At least I haven't. Let me know in the comments if you did. The last thing we're going to do here is try to take a shot at a moving target, see how accurate this actual gun is. So he's about that far up, and we hit him right smack in the center. He's having some serious troubles now. One more should do it. Elevate, shoot, and we hit his suspension, also damaging his engine a bit. A third and final shot should put him in the coffin. Oh, there we go. We stopped this tank, so he's, if this was a real game, he'd be taking multiple firing angles from my tanks and from aircraft, possibly. But since it's just a test, we're going to finish him off with a explosion. So there you have it, folks. That is the test in a testing room of the Tiger H1. If you're wondering what skin this is the Tiger 131 skin, and if you don't want to know what the Tiger 131 is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is the only operational Tiger left in the world. So, I know it shows the Bovington Tank Museum. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but you can correct me. So it does shows there. I've seen Jingle's video, and he shows what it can do. So that is Tiger 131. I don't know where I found it, unfortunately. If someone does know where to find it, put a link in the description for others. But here we go, moving on. I will see you guys in one bit. We're going to load up a game. Alright guys, so here we are in my first replay that I had. Let me just hide this stuff. Here we are. Tiger 131, Tiger H1. So while I'm... Oh my god, what is happening over there? Oh yeah, that's been happening quite a lot as I've been playing World of Tanks. I doubt it's my game, because I have asked other people and they have had the same problem. So there it is again on the left side, you can see. But once we get into town, that shouldn't be quite the problem anymore. So here we are. Realistic battle, combined arms event that's going on right now in War Thunder. If you don't know what that is, it's basically airplanes and tanks in the same game without... HUD markers over the enemy tanks, I believe. And it's supposed to be over the friendly tanks too, but I'm not sure why they have them. That's odd. But in the game, there was no friendly tank markers, so just picture that. So make sure don't shoot your own players. That was the tip that they gave me one time. So while we're driving to the battlefield, I'll give you some history on the Tiger tank. The Tiger tank first came into service in 1942, although it was developed long before that. Basically, it was... I'm sorry, I'm looking at what I'm waiting at here. I was probably typing to my team or something. Unfortunately, they don't have the chat messages yet, and the battle messages are loading. So the Tiger 1 was developed to compete with the T-34 and the KV-1, and that was giving us such a problem during the Soviet invasion, when the Axis were invading the Soviet Union. I have a wiki page in front of me, so that's what I'm reading off of. Surprisingly, only 1,347 were built between August 1942 and August 1944. The Tiger was prone to certain types of track failures and breakdowns, which is a huge problem. Obviously, if you have a heavy tank like this, you want to make sure it's always reliable, always coming in on top. Getting to the battlefield is obviously a must. And a limited range, but by its fuel quality and consumption, so you had to drop it off close to the battlefield to make sure it can get there and get back on the same fuel. Carries some extra fuel tanks, obviously. A little bit of lag drop there. So I spawned my first tank. It was a IS-1, but he was on the move, as was I, so I stopped and I took a shot at him. Unfortunately, I did not penetrate, so the building is now blocking him, and I just forget about him for now. So as I'm moving into the town, I'm watching out for the capture of B and A. This is a one capture point. This is not three, so either they cap you or you cap them. It's kind of like a capture flag. So I eventually spot my first target. It is a M4 of some sort. I missed my first shot, but this shot should make it into his hole. And I did hit him there, but I don't know why the battle messages are not loading properly. There we are. I am hitting him, but the battle messages don't appear to be working to my benefit. So I'm doing a bunch of damage. As you can see, his turret is no longer turning, and I do end up killing him. There we are. So the battle messages are now slowly appearing to start. There's my first player kill. That was not an AI. Giving me a huge leap of confidence for this tank. Something just exploded on the left side. Looked like my tank. Looks like another Tiger that was destroyed. We continue forward. Let's take a look around us really quickly. So, no teammates around. They're probably all in the town or have died. I take a shot here. My gunner gets wounded. I don't see quite right away where the IS was shooting from, but now I did. There's a tank on the left. Take another shot. My turret gets jammed, so let's just pause the video really quickly. Yeah, here we go. My gunner's dead, so he can no longer turn the turret, which explains that. Continue to play the video, please. IS is pulled back to reload. I have pulled back to repair my tank a little bit. He pulls out again. Damages my transmission now. So there you go. The IS is now a huge problem, which is historically correct. The IS was a big issue for Tigers. The Panzer IV gives me a good shot at the IS's turret. Unfortunately, I bounce. Get another good shot here and put it into him, destroying him. There's my second player kill. As I'm moving around, I spot another IS, quickly turn, he misses, get a shot into him, bounce it. This tank, I don't know what was going on, either I was the problem or the lag was the problem, but I look at where the shot went, and it did not penetrate somehow, which is amazing. He's still perfectly fine. Here he is giving me his angle. I must do some damage here. Wait. Alright, so here's what I'm talking about. The turret turns very slowly, but if you turn the tank as a whole, it's much, much better. So there you go. I'm turning the tank as a whole, and it's getting much better. Kind of a traction and all-around control. So I take another shot into him. He has some serious module damage at this point. There's no way he's gonna kill me, but he does still have the option to run away. The IS is a pretty nimble and quick tank, even for a heavy. So I take another shot. I'm not sure what kind of damage that does. I take another one here. It bounces. I have no clue how he's not dead yet. This is quite amazing. So he's trying to run away to repair. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to make sure this IS pays for what he has done to my friend and me. Still running away. This time I aim, take a shot at his commander's cupola, but I end up killing him execution style. So there is kill number 3 in the Tiger. Our Tiger's pretty heavily damaged. Our gunner is dead. I'm taking another look at him. He disappears to confirm the kill. So, following. Let's take a look around us really quick. 3 kills to my name. Let's take a look at the trophies. 2 tanks out on our side, 2 tanks out on theirs, but they do have the numbers advantage, which is unfortunate. Coming around this corner, looking at the valley to see if there's any tanks that need to be taken out. Looking if there's any tanks sneaking past our defensive line to the right. A lot of tanks are dying on our side. I'm not looking where I'm driving, hitting everything in sight, causing public damage. You know me. You know that's Nazi party. As I said before, this thing is not particularly fast. I think I spot something over here, but then I take a second look, and there's nothing but trees and dirt. I continue on with my destruction path, taking hits from a anti-aircraft gun, put in a shot with the anti-aircraft gun, and I set him on fire. IS on the straight ahead, but I can't reload fast enough. He damages my cannonball, and I put him out of his misery. So that was really crucial that I put him out, but it was kind of annoying that I wasn't able to reload fast enough to put a side shot into the IS-1, because that IS-1 ended up getting a few kills, and I could have stopped that and maybe put a different outcome on this game, but unfortunately he got away and I no longer see him for the rest of the game. So here we go, 4th player kill. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I do head through the town and don't see anything. Checking my left, checking my right just to make sure, because as I told you and as I said in the video, this thing only has 80mm side armor and it is full of explosives, so you really want to make sure you protect yourself whenever possible, because this thing is a moving explosion. So making my way through the town. Wow, that was the song. There was no intention to bring up that song. Making my way downtown. Yeah, there it is. So anyway, moving through, not seeing anyone, trying to get their cap. Unfortunately, I won't be able to, as they are capping us now, and they're doing it at a quick rate. And once you get decapped, you lose the game. So it was the anti-aircraft gun, not that important. I put a shot into him, 1 shot, killing him. There's my 5th player kill. I've killed 3 tanks and 2 armored flak cannons, I guess you can say, for airplanes. However, there was no airplanes in this match, so they were completely useless to the team and to me. So that unfortunately ends this game. It does end up being a loss because my team is incompetent. As you can see, I've gotten 5 kills, contributed a lot greatly, and my team just could not pull it together. But I just ended up farming some loser points and basically threw the game. So there it is. That's how fast our thing is going down. Our cap ticket point bonus, that's how fast that's going down, and we end up losing the game, sadly. But I do have another replay lined up, and this one has a lot better outcome. So stay tuned. I will be right back to load that up. Alright everyone, so here we are in the second replay I have lined up for you guys. It is, once again, the event that's going on right now is the realistic combined arms battle, but unfortunately you do not see any planes in this one. And I had a great game in this one, particularly in the first few minutes of the match, as you will see. And I'm going to show you exactly what this tank and the Tiger can do if you get into the right position at the right time, aim at the right places with this 80 absolutely ridiculous 88mm gun, what you can actually achieve alone, completely alone, with this tank, and how powerful it actually is. So let me fast forward because at 45 kph or 20 kph, it's still a long time before I even get anywhere. So I'm heading over this hill. I have no clue where anyone's gonna spawn yet, but there was someone telling us on our team, this was just yesterday, so I remember, that we have to watch B. I understand, and I said I would come back after I take out a few targets. So here we are, the moment of truth. This hill is where I rush to start engaging targets, but I don't quite understand the predicament that I will get myself in, and I do make a crucial mistake that you will see later, and I will address it very promptly, and you will obviously see. So here we are. How many tanks can we spot? We have a white T-34 over there, 2 or 3 M4s here, an IS coming up from another side, and I have them all in my sights. So here we are. Oh, it's actually an M4. Take him out, bust a bunch of modules and crew members, line up for a second shot, killing him. So it took 2 shots to kill him. There we go. Moving along for the next target, I spot 2 M4s down the road, and take a shot after I reload, and destroy his ammo rack. I don't even think his crew knew what was coming. IS almost understands what's happening, but can't comprehend the pure power of me. So to punish him, I also ammo rack him. And there's an M4 Sherman, another one, actually pointing his gun at me, understanding what's going on. But I punish him as well by destroying his ammo rack and making his reload time absolutely ridiculous. So he shoots the one that he had in his chamber, and I finish him off right here. There it is. So there it is. My driver's wounded, as well as a few optics, and this is where things start to get a little hairy. So if you did not understand, that was 4 kills in around 1 minute. That is what this tank can do. Take another big shot, kills my loader, it looks like, or my gunner, I should say. Either wounds him or damages him severely. So I am looking at options, what options I have. Very slow turret rotation, obviously. I spot a M4 Sherman, and I punish him as well with that 88mm, destroying his ammo rack. So there you go, 5 kills in a matter of 2 minutes. Now, this is where I made my mistake, and I want to show you guys what to do in case this happens to you. Now, I rushed this locust, which is not a good idea, because if this locust gets on your sides or in front of you, you won't have the gun depression and the speed to get him off. So I rush him, being the fool that I am, miss a shot here. He takes my track. I take some serious track damage. So he has me exactly where he wants me now. I can't do anything, and this is where he does not kill me, but he does distract me enough for other people to take shots at me. And I want to basically tell you guys what to do instead. If you were in that situation, there was a locust coming at you, instead of moving toward him, point your tank maybe to one side and start backing up to the rear, and just keep backing up, because he will have trouble getting to you. You will have much better shots at him because this thing does have a slow reverse speed, and you will be able to kill him. Also stick with your team, because they will be able to support you. But this is where I made my mistake, and a Sherman takes me out. But other than that, guys, 5 kills in the matter of 2 minutes. This is just, I'm just showing you, that's how powerful this tank is, and that's how amazing, if you get into the right position with the right circumstances, that you will be. So that's about it. I spawned back in this thing, but that is the end of this replay. Well, let's go back to the garage. Let me deliver my final thoughts on this tank, and we're going to end it there. Alright guys, so here we are back in the hangar, or garage, whatever you like to call it. I call it hangar. Let me deliver my final thoughts on this tank and send you guys off with a positive note. It is not a premium tank. Let's just start with that. It's not a premium. You do not have to purchase this tank with real money, and in fact, it is only a tier 3, so you can do that with a weekend, even without premium time. It is a very, very fun tank, as many people will tell you, because many people have this tank. But I just want to make this video for people who do not have this tank, who maybe don't want to go down that line on the German tank tree. Maybe you want to focus on the tank destroyers or the light and medium tanks instead. And I just want to let you know to please give this tank a try, because it is so much fun to decimate your enemies with that 88mm gun. I highly recommend it to any player because it is easy tank to get into, and as long as you angle it, let's just take a look at the quick angles. As long as you angle it right there, you'll get around 153 on the sides and 130 forward. So you want to angle it about there. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Have fun in whenever you're playing, and I will see you guys next time in War Thunder.